Salutations, fam. This is Arim from Haltessiagaming, and we've got another first place undefeated deck profile. I went out of town, and I had some free time, in between when I was, on vacation for, and well, you know how we Yu-Gi-Oh players are, so I went to a local, and we ended up winning undefeated once again. But yeah, I'm just going to kind of breeze through the deck profile because I want to focus a bit more on like test hands for this video because that's something I've seen a lot of people asking for. So to start things off, we've got 2 copies of Blue Eyes White Dragon. But yeah, we're going to just breeze through this. Abyss, Chaos Dragon, Emperor, Triple Stone of Ancients, Triple Sage with Eyes of Blue, triple copies of Maiden with Eyes of Blue, 1 Master with Eyes of Blue, triple copies of Effect Veiler, 1 Set Rotation, 1 Terraforming, triple Dragon Ravine, triple Mausoleum of White, 1-for-1 Monster Reborn, Chaos Form, triple copies of Super Polymerization, double Pot of Prosperity, triple copies of True Light, and triple copies of Ultimate Creature of Destruction. For the main deck, gonna try to breeze through the extra decks similarly, because it's all pretty much the same by now, but we got Link Karibo, Anima, Hulk, Formula, Desert Locust, Moonlight, Crocodragon, Azure Eyes, Spirit Dragon, Baron de Fleur, Guilty Gearfried, Predaplant Dragostapelia, Starving Venom, Mud Dragon, and Millennium Eyes. For the side deck, we've got Pankratops, Dino Wrestler Pankratops, which you should be all too familiar with by now. I need to make sure I can see it, see everything. 2 copies of Dragon Spirit of White, 2 copies of Supernatural Danger Zone, the Instant Fusion, the Called by the Grave, 2 copies of Dark Ruler No More, triple copies of Evenly Matched, and triple copies of Dimensional Barrier. That's going to be it for the deck profile portion. I'm going to go ahead and try to breeze through, well, not really breeze through, but this is the point where we try to take a bit more time. Something I haven't really done in my videos, because this is something I've also gotten some questions on, is like, what is my side decking process? So on average, when it comes to my deck profiles, I'll have cards in my deck that are referred to as what I like to call tech slots. These are cards that aren't really part of your deck's main engine. So like, these are like technically engine pieces, but they're, cards that I would side out. The Veilers. So basically, these 12 cards are the cards I would side. Yeah, these 12 cards here are my 12 tech slots in the deck. And basically, depending on matchup, depending on whether I'm going first or second, these are the cards that, depending on whether I'm going first or second, these are the cards that would get, sided, depending on the matchup. If I'm going first, and let's say I'm going first, for example, I'm probably not going to keep in the Super Polys because I'm going first and I'm not really breaking boards. So I'd probably side in so swapping out between like these tech slots, for example, I probably side in, well, depending on the matchup, the D barriers, the instant fusion, the called by, and the supernatural danger zones. Depending on whether I'm playing against a back row deck or not, I might side in the Dragon Spirit of Whites. But as far as depending on what I side for which matchup, the one thing that's always going to be true is that what I'm siding is pretty much always going to come from these 12 cards right here. These tech slots are what are going to be sided. Maybe I might, not even side out all 3 Super Poly. Maybe I might side 1 Super Poly, 1 Ultimate Creature, 1 True Light, whatever, right? Maybe, but basically that's kind of the gist of it. If I'm going second, I'm probably going to side my Evenlies, my Dark Rulers, Pankratops definitely. But yeah, that's just something I wanted to cover real quick when it came to discussing how I side between matchups. But yeah, these are the 12 tech slots that my side cards usually get swapped with. But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get into the part of the video that's going to be the bulk of the video, which is the test hands. So we're gonna go ahead and do my my pile shuffling that I like to do. Go ahead and go through this real quick. Yeah. I'm trying a new lighting thing, so if there's like glares, that's what that's from. But yeah, so I always pile shuffle and riffle shuffle because we want true randomization and whatnot. Then we would go ahead and cut the deck. And this is also a thing I do when I'm, playtesting to see like how consistent the deck is basically. So to start things off, we've got full combo actually. So this also allows me to double up and showcase like what full combo looks like in this deck. So we want Sage Mausoleum as consistently as possible, but at the bare minimum, we want a Blue Eyes on board. So we're going to put the Mausoleum on our board, and we're going to give our opponent a Dragon Ravine. Okay, so we'll just kind of set this to the side. But we have a Mausoleum of white on board now. Put it over here to try and like minimize the glare. From there, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to normal summon a copy of Sage with Eyes of Blue, extra normal summon Sage with Eyes of Blue, and I'm going to activate the effect. I'm going to add a copy of Maiden with Eyes of Blue. Then we're going to normal that Maiden with Eyes of Blue. We're going to link off this, we're going to link this off for a copy of Linkuriboh. Then we're going to link, well actually no, we're going to go Mausoleum effect. We're going to target Maiden. Then we're going to chain the Maiden with Eyes of Blue. We're going to grab a Blue Eyes from the deck, and we're going to send the other Blue Eyes from deck to grave. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to link off the Maiden and the Linkuriboh for our copy of Crystron Halki Fibrax. Halk effect is going to trigger, and we're going to get ourselves a copy of the Whitestone of Ancients directly from the deck. Then we're going to sync these off, and we're going to bring out our copy of Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Okay. And then during the end phase, the stone is going to trigger. We're going to special summon Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon from the deck. We're going to pick up our copy of Chaos Form and Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. If you already have Chaos Dragon, you pick up Emperor. And so at the end of this, well, actually, before we do that, got a little carried away, we have Ultimate Creature of Destruction. We'll go ahead and set that. You can set both, but I usually like to only set one so I don't like die to evenly matched. But I mean, you shouldn't die to evenly matched anyway because you have an Omni Negate set up here. But during your opponent's turn at this point, so we're going to go ahead and just shuffle here real quick because we've done a lot of searching and specialing from deck. But yeah. Going into your opponent's turn, they take their first action in the main phase. You're going to go and Halk effect. Do not chain this effect to something because Formula Synchron is a when effect. If you chain it to something, the Formula Synchron will miss timing. Now, if you're going into Desert Locust, I don't think that matters. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're going in the Desert Locust, but for the sake of this combo, which is the one I usually do, we go into Formula Synchron. Then Formula is going to trigger, and you're going to draw one card. Let's see what we draw. We drew another Sage. That's pretty good because we have follow-up for next turn. And then after you get that draw, you're going to go ahead and you're going to sync off these two for your copy of Baron de Fleur. And that's basically, you have your Omni negate, you have your Spirit Dragon negate, and everything that comes out of the Spirit Dragon. You got a set ultimate creature of destruction, and you have the Veiler that's in your hand, plus the Chaos Dragon follow-up for next turn. You've got Sage for next turn, and whatever you happen to draw. Well, we're drawing a Prosperity. Point is, we have a very, very powerful turn 1 board off of that opener. But yeah, that's gonna be the first test hand, along with like the kind of tutorial for the deck, I guess. Actually, let me just kind of go over something else real quick. So back to the board state, we have this board. So back again, we have Spirit Dragon, Abyss Dragon, Formula Synchron. So instead of going into the, Baron de Fleur, another thing you can do is if you use Spirit Dragon's effect to tag out, and you go into Black Rose Moonlight Dragon to bounce something, you can go Formula Synchro off the Moonlight Dragon and bring out Ravenous Crocodile and draw yet another card, right? You draw another card, and you have a disruption from the Ravenous Crocodile. So that's yet another thing that you can do, another route that you can take. And, if you can't afford a Baron, this is, something you can do. Another thing, if you want a 10, I've been playing the White Aura Behemoth before I got the Baron de Fleur. So that is another option that you have if you don't have access to Baroness. But yeah, that's going to do the first test hand. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do our next one. Go ahead and shuffle real quick. I'm not sure how many test hands I'll do. I'll probably do a couple of them because this deck is pretty simple, so it's not like I have to do like a Dragon Link combo that lasts 15 minutes. My combo only lasts like a couple minutes. It's not too long. All right, let's go ahead and cut the deck in a different way this time. Let's see what we got. We got Mausoleum, True Light. All right, we have our combo right there. If we draw another Tuno, we have like the full combo. We got Dragon Ravine. That's not terrible. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. Here's how we're going to play this one out. We're going to start off by... Honestly, because we want to bait a hand trap first. So we're going to start with the Dragon Ravine. And we're going to go Effect to Center. We're going to, pitch this Blue Eyes to attempt to, to send a dragon from deck to grave. If they use their Ash here, cool. If not, cool. Because now we get to put a Stone of Ancients in the grave. So now we're going to be able to set up, Stone of Ancients plus the Stone of Ancients plus Heck, plus the Spirit Dragon play. So now that that's gone through, we go ahead and we activate Mausoleum of White. We're going to do extra normal summon of Maiden with Eyes of Blue. We're going to activate Mausoleum of White. We're going to target the Maiden and then chain the Maiden. Go ahead and special our Blue Eyes from grave. And then with the effect of Mausoleum, go ahead and send a copy of Blue Eyes White Dragon from deck to grave. From there, we're going to go ahead and we're going to synchro into our copy of Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon right there. So we got Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Last card, we're going to go ahead and set this True Light. We're going to enter the end phase, trigger the Stone effect, and we're going to special a copy of Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon from the deck. If I can find the card, get Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon and pick up the Chaos Dragon follow-up. So that hand gave us Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon follow-up, True Light, Chaos Dragon in Chaos form. Now, think about True Light. You typically want to hold that card as long as you fathomably can. You do not want to activate this like willy-nilly because, obviously if True Light gets destroyed, it blows up your board. Interesting thing about this, though, is that it specifically has to be, it has to go to the graveyard, right? So if your opponent Cosmic Cyclones this, it doesn't do anything. Well, I mean, it prevents it from resolving and everything like that, but, that's fine. So yeah, that was test hand number 2. We ended on Spirit Dragon Abyss plus True Light plus Chaos Dragon follow-up. Let's go ahead and do another test hand. I'm hoping that I get like a bad hand during this so I can like showcase like some of the weird starting plays that we have to do. Yeah, because sometimes you have some really janky hands, but it's just like, one thing I like about this deck is that it's very, 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 very consistent. All right, let's go ahead and, like, this isn't as consistent as my other build, because the consistency of that build was insane. Yeah, the nature of this deck is that it's not going to be as consistent because you have to rely on a 2-card combo, but it's still not bad. This hand, unfortunately, isn't going to be full combo, but it's not terrible either because Dragon Beam's not once per turn. So we're going to start things off. We're going to ditch this Maiden and use the effect to send from deck to grave. And then we've got our very simple Unbreakable Ward. We've got White Stone of Ancients in grave. Then we're going to activate the second Ravine because it's not once per turn. We're going to ditch the ultimate creature of destruction. And we're going to send the White Stone of Ancients once again. And then we're going to... oh boy. Then we're going to enter the end phase, and we're going to use the effect to special the Blue Eyes White Dragon. We're going to trigger the effect of Ultimate Creature of Destruction, and we're going to reset it. Then we're going to trigger the second Stone of Ancients, and we're going to special the Abyss Dragon. And if you've been paying attention, you probably know what we're doing next. We're picking up the Chaos Dragon follow-up. So yeah, that was definitely one of the weirder hands, but, you know, we still got there. And Ultimate Creature of Destruction means you pretty much have an Unbreakable Ward, unless your opponent plays like Kaijus, or like the Underworld Goddess card. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3. I wonder, yeah, it's quicker to just do this. This is just quicker. See if we get another weird hand. Oh no. And this is something that would happen in a tournament. Randomization. And we're going to go ahead and do that. What's the 5? We got Maiden, Veiler. Ugh. Well, we're okay with seeing this because if we can get to the Abyss Dragon, we can search the Chaos Form in the Emperor. So long as we get like Mausoleum. Super Poly. Ugh, this hand's not looking too good. Ugh, this hand sucks. This hand is garbage, but it's fine because this is still 2 interruptions. So here's what I would do in this hand. I would normal the Maiden. I would set the Super Poly, and I'd pass. Because we have 2 interruptions. We've got the Super Poly to like interrupt them during their turn. We've got the Effect Veiler to interrupt them during their turn. If they, for some reason, try to do anything to Maiden, then Maiden gets special of Blue Eyes. But they're not gonna. Well, actually, I'm gonna be real. A lot of people play into this for some reason because they like summoning a Blue Eyes isn't that threatening. So a lot of people don't bother like trying to stop you from doing it a lot of the time. Oh, and we're gonna hit a Pot of Prosperity, so we're definitely playing next turn. So that's pretty good. And it's like, and if they do get the Blue Eyes out for you, then you don't need the Prosperity because you already have your Blue Eyes. But, okay, we're at about 18, so we're going to do, like, one more test hand. Yeah, we're going to do one more test hand, and then I'm going to call it. I'm not really sure how many I ended up doing, though. But I think that's pretty good. We covered, like, the side decking process, the deck profile, and some test hands. Oop. Doop. And shoop 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 shoop. All right. Oh, we're good. Okay, never mind. I'm seeing. Oh, this hand's great. This hand's great actually. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start with a set rotation. If you remember what we're doing, remember what we did in the first test hand, you know what we're going for. We're going to pick up a Mausoleum for Eyesight. We're going to give our opponent a Dragon Ravine. If they are playing Dragon Link, well, that sucks, but it's fine because we're going to put up Interruption. We're going to activate our Mausoleum of White. We're going to extra normal summon our Sage with Eyes of Blue. We're going to activate the effect. We're going to pick up a copy of Maiden with Eyes of Blue. Then we're going to go ahead and normal summon that Maiden, Mausoleum, target Maiden, chain Maiden, and we're going to get our 2 Blue Eyes out of the deck. We're going to special 1 to field. We're going to put 1 in the graveyard. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to link off one of these for Link Karibo. So just real quick, the reason why I, do that is because Link Karibo can actually help ensure that your normal summon effects go through. Because, like, let's say if this was already in the graveyard, I go normal summon Sage, activate effect, I go chain Vader, I can go chain Link Karibo, and then this will dodge, and then I'll get that Maiden, and then I can normal the Maiden and do the combo. It's pretty good. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and link off for the Link Karibo, and then we're going to link off for Crystron, Halki Fibrox. If you remember this part of the combo, you know what we pick up. Where's the Stone of Ancients? By the way, if you've already gone through all 3 stones, you pick up the Master here, because Master can special Blue Eyes from the grave. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to sync off these 2. Get our Spirit Dragon. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to set this Ultimate Creature of Destruction. End phase effect of the stone. We're going to get ourselves a Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon. If I can find it. It's on top of the deck. Get ourselves a Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon. And then with the Abyss Dragon effect, we're going to pick up our Chaos Dragon in our Chaos form. Just a quick aside here, but that is 2 separate effects actually. So the way this works is that on special summon, it searches a ritual spell or a polymerization. So the on summon effect is what adds the Chaos form. And during each of your end phases, Abyss Dragon adds a level 8 or higher dragon. And it's that effect that adds the Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. It's just that because the stone summons during the end phase, you just kind of activate them both in quick succession like that. But just keep in mind that the order does matter. So you technically have to add the Chaos form first, because if you activate the effect to add this, then you technically missed your window to add this. Just bring that up because some people will try to shark you. But yeah, that's going to be it. I think I covered enough test hands. This has been Darkslayer Arim from Haltessiagaming. Thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Aw, come on, button. Work for me.